Welcome to a quick course on social media management. We're going to look at how social media management can impact your business. We are going to look at the channels that you can use to enhance your brand's brand awareness, sales, and online reputation. Starting off with why social media is very important. And there are three main reasons here. Number one is that is where all your audience is. Everyone from a millennial to a baby boomer uh, exists on social media in some form or the other. If you want to reach out to these people, social media is the way to go. Another reason for creating a good social media presence is to gain credibility and reputation. All the major brands are active on their social media channels. All the major brands are active on their social media channels because that gives a sense of credibility and reputation in front of their audiences. Whether it is the number of followers, whether it is the positive comments, whether it is them responding to the queries of the customers, all of that adds to the credibility. Moving on to connections. This is where you as a brand or a business can reach out to the people that you want to reach out to, and vice versa, people can reach out to you very much conveniently when they want. Social media is a great place to connect with your prospects, your customers, and it is a very convenient way of doing it. So the next step is to decide which social media platforms are going to work the best for you. Here are the four major social media platforms that exist. Facebook is literally the biggest social media platform that there is. All your audiences are probably on Facebook. You can find most of your audience on Facebook. Facebook also owns Instagram. Instagram, which is a visual based platform where you can share videos and photos and graphics only. Twitter is a microblogging site where people write short tweets within 280 characters. LinkedIn is a social media platform for professional networking. Depending on what kind of brand you are, what is your target audience, you can pick and choose the social media platforms and decide which platform are you going to rely heavily upon. So the first social media channel that we are going to look into is Facebook. One of the ways that a business can do really well on Facebook is by creating a page, populating that page with the relevant content and reaching out to your audience. You can self-promote occasionally as well. User-generated content is another aspect that a business can use and apply to their Facebook marketing as well. It's always a good practice to schedule all your content prior to publishing them with a social media calendar, and that would help you understand what content is going on which day of which week. As you know, Facebook has a good advertising platform as well, and it's really helpful when it comes to reaching out to your audience, when it comes to increasing brand awareness, conversions, or lead generation. That can help a lot as well. And finally, everything that you have done, you can measure the impact of it by going to the insights section of Facebook. Let's look at a few examples of what can be done on Facebook. A good example of a Facebook business page is this. McDonald's has its page, which is already there on Facebook. They post content that's related to current events. They're posting their collaborations. They're posting memes at times. They're posting content which they have already posted on their other social media channel and repurposing them on Facebook, talking about they also talk about the new products that they are coming up with. So a good practice is not to make every post about your product or your service, but also keep it light and breezy a little bit, but also to provide some value to the viewers, whether you can entertain them, whether you can educate them, or you can bring something to their notice that is of value to them. To create a Facebook page, you can click here, create, and you can create a Facebook page from here. You can also create a group and an event and a fundraiser and an ad, and these post stories and room for your profile. Now let's look at Facebook groups here. This is a Facebook group that I'm a part of. It's a great place for you to connect with very niche audiences and promote if you want to promote, or talk about the product and services, or try to understand the pain points of your audience and try to translate them into a solution through your product or services. And this is a great place to connect with people, to reach out to people. There are events that you can create within these groups as well, and questions can be asked if you have any questions. It's a great place for you to connect with the audience that you are looking for. The next interesting tool that we have here is the Creator Studio. Creator Studio is specifically created for you to easily create, post and schedule them. So this is one of the accounts, this is one of the pages that I have. As you can see, I can see the posts that are published, on what date and what time they were published. I have some data as well when it comes to the impressions, the people reach, engagement and everything else. You can select different kinds of content that you want to look at. You can check out the insights from here as well. This will give you an understanding of what your page is doing, where it is at, what you need to improve and what you need to optimize. You can manage your pages inbox from here itself, and there are some more tools when it comes to creating posts. You can create a post here by clicking the create post. One of the best form of content to post on any social media right now is video. If you have a good video, if you have a good reel, anything, whether it's a short video, whether it's a long video, all kinds of videos are doing great on all social media platforms almost. So depending on what your content is, if it's a video, that's great. From here you can create a post and then schedule it for your audience. You can create a post and immediately publish it, or schedule it according to the date and time that is convenient for you. You can also create a post with a back date, which means that you can take that post and put it in the history of your timeline, or just save it as a draft. Now that we know what Facebook can do, let's start off with the most important thing for any brand or business, is by creating a page. You can click on the plus button here, click on this, and you'll be reaching this page. This is where you enter your page's information. Enter the right name, which is a required field. Make sure that it does not have any symbols, it's properly capitalized, it's not a sentence or a slogan, and any variation of the word Facebook is not accepted. Category is another required field. If you're an entertainment business, mention that. If you're a retail clothing brand, mention that. Talk a little bit about your business in the description. Make it very short and sweet. Upload the right cover photo with the right dimensions as recommended by Facebook. Same with the profile picture, and click on the create page button. Once you've done that, you will land on a page like this. Now, the number one thing here that you can do is add a button. You can choose out of these options what you want. If you're a store, you can add shop now. If you're looking for people to contact you, you can put call us now, send us a message, send us a WhatsApp message, send us an email. I want people to follow my page, so my button is follow. The next thing you can do is scroll down and look at this about us info. Click here on edit page info. You should be able to enter a username which will give you a unique URL like this above, facebook.com/cineinmedia. That's a good reliable way for your business to be discovered. Enter the right category here. Enter your contact information, phone number, email, and your business's website. Enter the location of your business. If you do not have a location, you can press this radio button. If you have a physical store that customers can visit, select that. If your page travels to its customer, select that. Can customers buy your services and goods online? If it's an online store, enter that as well. You can also select the service area that you are operating in by entering the right neighborhood pin codes here. Select the number of hours that your business is open for. Select if it's temporarily closed or operating as usual or anything like that. In the more section, there's some more settings as well. You can add a QR code which makes it easier for your business to be discoverable. You can add a QR code which makes it easier to be discoverable by mobile users. Select a price range if you are selling anything. Connect your other social media channels right here. As you can see, you can connect Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, YouTube, and various other social media channels. This will help your users to navigate from your Facebook page to the other social media channels. Another aspect of Facebook page are these tabs. You can go here in more, edit the tabs, turn off or turn on the tab that you need. Some of them are always going to be there. As you can see, there's no way to turn off about. You can take it on top. You can adjust their sequence and you're good to go. Top left corner, you can click here and then that will take you to the main page, the home page. Moving on, as you can see here on the left panel, there is a bunch of things here. The number one thing we will look at is the inbox. Now, when you click on inbox, it will take you to the business suite. We'll come back to the business suite as well. As you can see, all your messages can be managed from here. You can connect your Instagram here as well. So all the Instagram DMs can land here. So all the messages from your Facebook page and your Instagram page can be responded to from here. You can also create automated responses for frequently asked questions. Coming back to our business page, we have resources and tools that you can use that are provided by Facebook for you to learn from them. What are the best practices and everything. Notifications are your notifications. Insights is where you can see how well your page is doing. Insights like reach, page views, page previews, page likes. Depending on your duration, you can select here and understand what is working, what's not working, which week was good, which was not good. Try to understand the recommendations that Facebook might provide at times as well. Going back, we have publishing tools, which is now actually business suite. I'm going to click on try business suite. Business suite is similar to Creator Studio. You can create and publish posts here. As you can see, these are my previously published posts. You can see the reach, engagement, likes and reactions, comments and shares. If you want to schedule a post, you can click here, schedule a post, select the time and date, select the placements. If there is a visual post, if there is a video or a graphic image or a photo, then you can post it on Instagram feed as well. Add them by here, add photo, add video, or you can create a basic animation with an image that is there. Select the headline and select the call to action. Facebook can create this slideshow here for you. Add a call to action if you need to, and you can also check the preview before you upload here. This is the desktop preview for the post, and this is the mobile news feed preview right here. You can either schedule a post here, publish it immediately, or reschedule it if there is a post that you have already scheduled. There are a bunch of more things within the Facebook Business Suite. You can add stories as well, stories that are active, stories that are scheduled, and stories that you have previously posted can be seen in these options here. You can have a look and feel of your timeline here as well, in order to understand which post is outdated, which post needs to be hidden, which posts need to be brought up or reposted. Another great feature is this calendar, where you can go and see the posts that are scheduled, posts that were already posted, and understand what are the dates that you're going to publish and what are the times that you're going to publish your post. Let's go to the home page here. You can see a snapshot of the recent activities and a basic insight of your page. Activities is nothing but notifications. You can check that out here. There's also an insight section which is very similar to the one that was already on page. You can have an overview, you can look at the trends, you can look at which content is working, which may not be working, and how your audience is behaving. Further, there are more advanced tools here as well. You're free to explore them. Now that we've learned how to create an effective business page on Facebook, let's learn how to grow it. One of the best ways of growing a page is by running ads. It might be costly, but it's very effective when you want to grow an audience, when you want to grow a follower base, when you want people to like your page, share your page, comment on it. It works really well, especially because you have control over the audience that you're trying to engage with as well. The next point is to create valuable content. A good example of what a valuable content can be seen here. Here they have created a content. Here they've created a blog actually with the topic of preventing kitchen disasters with the hacks from every mother's cookbook. Now here, this content can be really valuable for anybody who's trying to learn how to cook. As you can see, the placement of hashtag is also another point that they have made sure to not overindulge in a lot of hashtags, but to keep it very topical and to keep it to the point. Another way of growing your audience on Facebook is by creating content that is shareable by the viewers. A good example of shareable content is right here. As you can see, this is a popular meme that Zomato has used. This can be used by anybody out there by simply clicking share. They can add to their newsfeed, they can add to their stories, send it to a group or share it with a friend, or add a friend here down in the comment. Everything works great here. One of the most prominent qualities of shareable content usually is the relatability that people have with it. If people are able to relate with it, people will share it to other people who can relate with it. So keeping the relatability as the top priority, you can create all the shareable content that you want. Another simple but overlooked concept is engaging with your audience. A good example of engaging with your followers is right here in the comment section. As you can see, McDonald's has themselves responded to these things, to the comments on time in a very prompt manner, most probably. So that is very much valuable for any customer that is coming and landing up on your page. As you can see, they have responded to almost every comment, I believe, that exists here. That's very much important. You can automate them as well, but it really works well when you get a response from an official brand. The next point is using groups to bring the right audience to your page. Let's take an example of a perfume brand. I'm sure there are groups of perfume enthusiasts who would like to know the new and upcoming perfumes that are coming up in the market. Now that group can be really valuable if you're a perfume brand. You can reach out to the audience there and talk about how different your perfume is. You can give awareness about the kind of perfumes that you have, where you're located, what kind of pricing range that you're in, and that can bring the audience to your Facebook page directly or you can take them and bring them to your website where you can convert them from there. The next and the last point is the influencer marketing here. This works really great when you do not want to run ads, let's say, but you still have some budget and you're reaching out to very specific group of people. Let's say that you are selling gaming chairs. You're selling chairs that are highly functional, very ergonomic, very much designed for longer duration of sitting, and your target audience is gamers. One of the best influences for you can be the content creators that are creating game reviews and gameplays. By interacting with them, you are already interacting with their audience and hence with the people who are most likely to buy that product. The next social media platform that we will learn about is Instagram. Instagram is a visual platform where you can upload your photos and your videos in different forms. It has a very active audience and the amount of time the audience spends on Instagram is quite high. And that makes it a great platform for marketers to reach out to their audience, to increase the awareness of the brand within them, to drive traffic to their websites, to talk about the products and the services, and finally make the sales. Alright, now let's say you want to get started on Instagram. The number one thing that you will do is create a page. Now, if you're a business or a creator, when you go to Instagram, the first thing you should do after creating your account is to switch to a business or a creator account. Go to your settings, go to your account, switch to professional account, select if you're a creator or a business, select the category, enter the business information, and that's it, you're good to go. A business account comes with a ton of features. The number one is insights. You can look at the accounts that you've reached, interactions that you had with the content, number of followers, what is the growth rate, approximate earnings, understand what content you've shared previously. You can also have a look at the accounts that were reached on the particular days of the week, the impressions, profile visits, website clicks. You can also understand what are your top posts. With this, you can understand what posts are working and you can create similar kind of posts. The information button. Moving to content interactions, you can see the kind of interaction that your audience has had with your content, the likes, comments, shares, and saves of your posts, of your stories, of your IGTV, also of your reels now. You can understand the breakdown of your followers over a period of time. This will give you a week's flashback of what your followers were, what kind of followers you have, the demography of it, at what time they are active, their age group, and everything. With this, you can understand if you're reaching the target audience that you intend to or not. And if you have a store attached to your business account, you can see the earnings that you have made here as well. Once you've created the page, the next thing to do is optimize it. We'll start off with a good username and a bio. What you need to do here is to understand if you're a business, you can keep your business name as your username, which will appear here in your URL as well. Give the correct business name here as well if it's extended apart from your username. And the next thing that we can see here is the bio. The bio, as you can see here, is a good example of how cleanly written this is. They have used emojis appropriately. They have used the hashtag correctly. They have used a link here that will take the users to their website. Another good optimized bio looks like this. He has mentioned his full name. He has shortened his name, gave it a quirky username. He has tagged different accounts that he is associated with, provided a number for the users to text, provided the link for his website. Emojis are used very much appropriately here as well.
Another aspect of Instagram is that the only place where you can post a link is the bio. Now, assuming that you may need multiple links for multiple reasons, and that's why there is a great tool called Linktree here. where you can create one single link for all your links that you need to include. As you can see, these are links for the help, for the blog, about the Linktree, careers in Linktree, and everything else. One of the benefits of having a business account is you get these extra buttons like email and view shop, where your audience or customers can send you emails, and for some e-commerce customers, they can look at the products and buy it from here itself.
Now that we've learned how to optimize an Instagram account, we will learn about how we will go about posting things. Before we even start posting, one of the most important things is to create a content strategy. Content strategy can include what you're going to post, when you're going to post it, and where you're going to post it. One of the most basic things that one can do is to create a content calendar like this, where you will define the bucket of the content that you are trying to create. Whether it's a social media blog post, whether it's a holiday campaign, whether it's a Facebook experiment, anything that is going on your social media must go through the content calendar in a strategic manner first. This is applicable, as you can assume, for all the social media channels as well, and this is really important, especially because you do not want to oversaturate your audience with the content that you're posting. Neither do you want to lose them by posting very less. Another important aspect of this is to make sure that all your social media channels are on the same page with the kind of messaging that you're doing through your posts. The content calendar or the social media calendar is also really important for you to make sure that you are posting on a consistent basis. You don't have to post every single day if your audience doesn't need it, but you may need to post it consistently in order to be in touch with your audience. Now that we've discussed about when to post what things, we should also keep in mind the quality of the content that we are providing to our audience. A lot of people think that it may be very difficult to create high quality content, but that's not really true. You can make a lot of quality content easily by various online tools. Some of the great free tools that you can use to create your content can be seen here. This presentation, as you can see, was made on Canva. Snappa is a similar tool where you can create graphics similar to Canva. Pixlr is also a graphics tool that you can use to create graphic posters. Unsplash is a free website for you to collect images from. Vimeo is a tool that you can use to create videos quickly. And there is always the Adobe Creative Suite, which includes the Photoshop, Illustrator, Premiere Pro, and After Effects that you can use to create video or graphic content. Now, Instagram posts have their own structure as well. As you can see here, this is an image on top of which you can see there is an account tag, which is probably the creator who created this image. There is a caption where there is a mention of the creator who created this image, and there is a bunch of relevant hashtags that are there. There's also an extra comment that they have added as a strategy where they've asked a simple question: what sound is this creator making in this shot? That is the kind of action that can get your users to engage with your posts a lot. As you can see, they have received 35 comments on that simple comment itself. Another important aspect of Instagram post are their hashtags. Hashtags are essentially topics that Instagrammers can use to explore similar kind of posts. So let's say you took an image from a GoPro, you can add the hashtag GoPro and share it. Everybody who is interested in looking at images created from GoPro or from the GoPro brand can be seen here. And that is the purpose of hashtags. What you need to know when you are writing hashtags is to do some research on what hashtags are relevant within your industry, what hashtags are going to be relevant for what hashtags are you going to create for your brand yourself. Now, GoPro is a hashtag which they have created. GoPro Selfie is also a hashtag that GoPro has created. If you have a brand and you think that you want your audience to be associated with one particular hashtag, then you can create that hashtag and people can start using it. The maximum number of hashtags that you can use is 30. It's ideal, especially when you have a new account, to use all of the 30 hashtags. This essentially means that you are able to post your image to all these topics, and there is a better chance for people who are engaging with these hashtags. They can land up on your image and they can engage, like, or view them. Now that we know the structure of an Instagram post, we'll look at some of the basic ideas of posts that you can use. One of them is talking about your product or your brand. If you have a product, if you're newly launching a product, you can go ahead and mention that here as well. For example, GoPro launched a new video editor, Quik, and they're talking about that here. You can see most of their content is user generated. What that means is people have taken GoPros and they went out and took all these images. So GoPro did not actually go out and create these images. These were shared by their customers. So that's a great way of creating content as well. Another category of content can be talking about your success stories, talking about their testimonials. That helps gain credibility with your followers. Some of the posts, of course, can be related to current events, and some of the posts can be related to a particular holiday. Once you're done posting, one of the most essential things that you need to do is to understand how well your posts are performing. Here, in a business account, you can see the Insights button here. The first thing that you will see when you open the Insights section is the recent highlights. This will give you a highlight of the last 7 days' performance of your account. In the overview, when you click on the reach, you will see the number of accounts that your account has reached. Reach is essentially the number of unique accounts that have seen your content. Impressions is the number of times your posts, stories, or IGTV videos were seen on a user's screen. Here you can check the top posts that you previously posted in the last 7 days. There is a help section where you can find all the details of what each metric means. In the content interactions, you can see how many post interactions you've had in the past 7 days. The likes, comments, shares, saves, story interaction, and IGTV video interactions as well. Amount of followers you can observe here in the followers section. On a day basis, you can see how many followers you've gained or lost in the past 7 days, the locations of your current followers, their age range, gender, and at what time they were most active. If you have a shop on Instagram, you can also observe the earnings day-to-day basis. The number one is to post consistently. This is really important for you to be able to reach out to your audience every single day and create a space in their minds. Another important aspect of posting is also posting at the right time. And by right time, it means posting when your audience is most active, so that your post can be seen by them immediately when you're posting it. Instagram rewards the content that gets a lot of engagement immediately after it gets posted. So it's highly important that you post consistently and at the right time. But with a consistent posting on Instagram, we also need to maintain the quality of each and every post. Always maintain a standard of quality that your audience can always rely upon. Always make sure that you're telling good, visual, compelling stories and you're utilizing all the different aspects of Instagram when you're posting it. So you can post an image, you can post a video on the post, you can post stories, you can post IGTVs, and there is a new thing called Reels as well. The next is engagement. Now, engagement is really important because you don't want your Instagram account to just be a repository for your images and videos. Your Instagram account should always go out and engage with the right profiles and the right hashtags. On Instagram, you can search a hashtag and you can see all the posts that were posted under that hashtag. That is a great place to look at highly relevant content posted by other accounts. You can engage by liking, commenting, and sharing their posts on your stories as well. Instagram really rewards high engagement. It understands that your account is very active in not just posting consistently and at the right time, but also it is engaging with the rest of the audience that is there on Instagram. Another best practice is to follow and unfollow accounts. Here we need to remember is that we should always follow the accounts that are highly relevant to our page. That means you may not be able to follow your friends or families, and you may not be able to follow accounts that you find entertaining at times. If you're a business account, you will only follow accounts that are directly relevant to your brand or to your market. That also means that you may be unfollowing a lot of accounts that have gone stale. For example, if an account has not posted in a long time, it's highly advised that you do not follow them. Hashtags and locations are an integral part of Instagram as well. Hashtags are essentially topics or pages under which you can see all the posts that were created using that hashtag. Let's take, for example, photography. You can type hashtag photography on your search bar. You can go and check all the posts that creators have created under that. And if you're a photographer or your brand is into the photography market, you can go and like and comment and engage with those posts so they can observe your presence. With Instagram, you can search posts by their location as well. So if you were to search a city, under that city, all the posts that were created when they were tagged in that city will appear. So if you're a New York brand, it's highly recommended that you go to these geo-tagged posts with geo-tag as New York and engage with those posts. The latest type of content on Instagram is Reels. Reels are 15 to 30 second long videos that you can post in a completely different section on your profile. This is very similar to IGTV videos as well, but IGTV videos are much longer. Reels have a lot of potential when it comes to reaching out to your audience, since you can take Reels and post it directly on the Explore page. Go ahead and experiment with the Reels and see what results you're getting. Another aspect of Instagram is that it always keeps updated, whether it's the algorithm, whether it's the new features, or whether it's the UI. So it's always good to stay updated on what is the latest feature that Instagram is coming up with. One of the good ways of doing it is to follow official Instagram accounts. They always keep you updated on what is the latest feature that they have added. Another way of keeping yourself updated can be following industry leaders who stay updated themselves and impart that knowledge to everyone else. And finally, it's really important for you to keep an eye on your insights. Always measure what is working, what's not working, at what time you should post, at what time you should avoid posting, how many accounts you followed, how many accounts you unfollowed, how many hashtags do you need to use in each of your posts. All these decisions can be made by data from your insight.